first time, welcome to the new friends. Hope to see you next year. Just to give you a little bit of background of Air Transport News for what we have done over the last year, we're progressing really well. We have reached around 50,000 subscribers, and we have something new to announce tonight, that we are moving our headquarters, our offices, from Athens to Montreal. As Montreal, as you know, it's the aviation capital of the world. ICAO is based there. Is also ACI and IATA based there. We want to be next to the organizations. Of course, another announcement we made 2 years ago, that was like a dream for a long time for me. It was to establish a club, and the name of this club is Hermes. We announced that 2 years ago in Montreal. We progressed really well over the last year. I will not say more of this because we have two of the board members. Robert Dion is the vice president of Hermes, and Jeff Poole is the board member that will give you what happened last year in activities. Only what I want to say with you is that we made this 100 Years of Commercial Aviation book, thanks to the effort not only of Hermes members, also together with ICAO, ACI, CANSA, and IATA, that I would like to thank. There is another also important aspect that we want to announce tonight. For some of you it will be fine, something not in the aviation business, but I believe in partnerships, not only in this aviation world, but to another world that it's also important, and is classical music. You not know that we have launched another media company we call Classical Music News. And we launched that like a year ago in Salzburg, which is kind of aviation, well, not the aviation, the classical music capital. And we established a partnership, both Classical Music News and Air Transport News, with Mozarteum Foundation. And I'm very proud and glad that tonight with us is the CEO of Mozarteum Foundation, that I will ask to come and to say a few words about Mozarteum, and also to announce next year's place for the award ceremony. Before leaving you, I would like to thank you and thank my family that always support my crazy ideas, and my friends that support me over the last almost 9 years that we have Air Transport News. And I would like to invite Matthias Schulz to come here in the podium. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kostas, and for having the opportunity here to welcome you all here in the name of the Mozarteum Foundation as well. It's true, I'm not from the airline business, so the exotic person tonight. The Mozarteum Foundation exists since 1880, and it has its origins already in 1841, but we try now to be a contemporary, modern cultural institution. And just a few words for that. It's, you know, the Mozarteum Foundation is, the foundation is dealing with Mozart and try to keep his legacy alive in the best way. And we are doing this in 3 different fields. One field are the museums. Also Mozart's birthplace is part of the Mozarteum Foundation. The Mozart's residence is part of the Mozarteum Foundation. The 2 museums have 500,000 visitors a year. A lot of people from, it's very international, and we are very happy about that, of course. The second big field of the Mozarteum Foundation is the research department. They're more or less searching for the truth. And the main project of the research department is the Digital Mozart Edition. And with the Digital Mozart Edition, we make the whole work of Mozart available. You can see everything on internet, all he wrote, and it's very important for the musicians worldwide. For example, in, let's say, Latin America, we have a lot of hits on this webpage, and that's very important. And then, of course, the concerts. Yeah, we try to keep his music alive as much as we can. And then the heart of our activities is the Mozart Week. We gave you the program, you have it. The Mozart Week is always 11 days around Mozart's birthday. Mozart's birthday is the 27th of January, and there we try to show Mozart in every color, you can say. The Vienna Philharmonic is the most important orchestra of this festival. We try to have every year one bigger project, like in the last year we had some project with horses in the horse riding school. You saw that we did also operas. Next year we have a big choral works, you will see it in the program. And yeah, that I just can invite you to come to Salzburg. It's very nice, especially in the winter time, in the winter period, and you can combine it with some skiing or whatever. I'm very happy that Costa is now doing something similar to the air transportation news for the classical music world, because it doesn't exist that this is more or less connected internationally in that way, how you plan to do it. You were there the whole Mozart week, and I wish you good luck for this classical music news, and we will support it from our side. And next year, when it's possibly the best opportunity to come to Salzburg, because this kind of event shall happen in one of the museums, and the details, I think, will follow. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So,
thank you, Philippe. As I say, I'm here not just because I share a birthday with Mozart, but because I am a member of the Hermes board and also chairman of the jury. You are here, I think, for two reasons. You're award winners, or you've been coerced by Costas to be here. But I think also because, with the exception possibly of Matthias from Mozart, we all share a passion and a loyalty for the aviation industry. And I'm very proud to be associated with the Hermes board, which was the brainchild of Costas. He does have lots of mad ideas, but this was one of them that was good. And Robert and I have been working with him on that. We've had, as he indicated earlier, that Hermes was created to try to do something a little bit different in the aviation industry, bring together some professionals with passion around the industry to try and make a difference, bring people together in a different way, in educative ways, informative ways, and we've made a really good start in our first year, I think. We've had the book, The 100 Years of Commercial Aviation, which was a really first-class publication to have on your coffee table at home, but sponsored by CETA as well as the associations that were involved, and that's been extremely well received. And it's a valuable document because one of the things we realised as we were going through it is nobody has actually documented the 100 years of commercial aviation and what were the major milestones. So that's a huge achievement. The other thing we've done this year is have the anniversary awards associated with mainly with the 70th year of the Chicago Convention and all the celebrations in ICAO, but also 100 years of commercial flight coinciding. So that was another big achievement, I think, and those of you that were at the awards dinner would appreciate that. But we've also started to do some other things. Costas and Robert were at a regional symposium in Heraklion, where the Hermes made its presence felt. And we had the Hermes board meeting today to look at some future projects as to how we might expand our role for the benefits of aviation. I'm not going to reveal any of those right now, but we will be taking some initiatives and growing both the membership of Hermes and what we do with that. So it's a nice society to really try to promote the benefits of aviation. I think if I move on to the aviation industry, we all know about the benefits of aviation. The 3.5 billion passengers a year, 100 million passengers a day that travel safely, but not everybody does. So the promotional impacts that we can all make are helpful to that. But we are extremely fortunate to work in an industry like aviation that does contribute so much to the economy and social areas around the world, and we need to recognise that. I think it's a tremendously exciting. Very few people, I think, have the loyalty and passion that people in the aviation industry do, and that's for good reason. And we need to be able to keep hold of that. And one way of doing that is to recognise the achievements. Not just to complain about over-regulation and bad competition and some of the negative things that we can get involved with, but to really praise the achievements that we're doing, including the environmental benefits, which are going to be a big, the environmental measures that we're taking, which are going to be a big issue as we work through the rest of this year. So for me, it was really just a no-brainer to be chairman of a jury for the Air Transport Awards to try to recognise that success. And as I think as we go through the evening and make the awards, you will understand why that's important and why we should recognise some really great successes. If we told the stories behind each of the nominations and the winners, we'd be here still on Mozart's next birthday. but we're going to try and really fast stream it this evening. But you know, before we get into that, I'd just like to say it has been a genuine pleasure. It's been really tough. I have to say that the nominees in each of the categories have made outstanding contributions to aviation in their own way, and so for the jury to differentiate between them and come up with the winner has been really difficult. That said, of course, the winners really are good winners that deserve the award. So that's enough from me, I think, at this stage. You'll hear a little bit from me later on this evening. But I'll hand back now. So thank you for listening, and I'll hand back to Philippe, and we'll commence with the award ceremony.
With the first category, which is the Regional Aircraft Manufacturer of the Year, and the nominees were ATR, Bombardier, and Embraer.
And the winner is Embraer, and I'd like to invite John Slattery of Embraer to come and take the award.
On behalf of the 19,000 people that work for Embraer, it's my honour to thank ATN, to thank the jury for selecting Embraer. It's stiff competition. We've been building aircraft for 45 years at Embraer. We have our key to our support is our airlines. I'm looking here at Boot from KLM City Hopper. Airlines like Boot and another 67 very proudly operating E-jets. Thank you very much, and look forward to seeing you hopefully again next year. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now we're going to move with the next category, which is the Aircraft Manufacturer of the Year. And the nominees were Airbus, Antonov, and Boeing.
And the winner of the award this year is Boeing. I'd like to invite Brian Moran, the President of the Bureau of Aviation.
Right, well thank you to ATN and to the esteemed jury. Thank you for voting us Aircraft Manufacturer of the Year, second year running. I'm going to say I hope to be back next year, but we'll see. Hey look, every morning there's some 80,000 people at Boeing commercial airplanes that get up in the morning, put on their Boeing badge, and set out to design, build, and maintain these incredible aircraft that make the world truly a smaller, more connected place. But I think you guys know better than I do, or better than most, that what we do in our industry is really a team sport. So it's not just the 80,000 folks at Boeing Commercial, it's the hundreds of thousands of people in this industry that make this happen and that contribute to our success, and frankly that helped us win this award tonight. At Boeing, we strive to build the most capable, environmentally friendly, and passenger-pleasing airplanes in the world, and we're really humbled and extremely proud that this award recognizes some of those efforts. So have a great evening, and I hope to see you next year.
Thank you. The Engine Manufacturer of the Year. The nominees were CFM, GE, and Rolls-Royce.
And the winner is CFM, and I'd like to invite Mrs. Stephanie Agamemnon to the stage.
Hi, good evening everyone. So on behalf of CFM, all the GN Snecma employees who are bringing their expertise and passion to the joint venture every day, I would like to thank you twice in a year to give us the Air Transport News Engine Manufacturer of the Year award. 2014 was just an incredible year for us. We celebrated our 40th years anniversary and we set new record production level at 1,560 engines, and we logged 4,225 CFM56 and LEAP engine orders from all our customers around the world. So for us, it's a great testament of the faith our customers are giving us to the ability we have to set what we said. So once again, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. So I would like to basically invite Embraer Boeing to come back just because the mic wasn't working and now it's a joke. So we'll go now with the ground handler of the year, and we have 5 nominees now. We have Avia Partners, Danata, Gold Air Handling, Service Air, and Swissport.
And the winner this year is Gold Air Handling. And I'd like to invite Mr. Dimitris Papamikael to the stage.
Good evening, dear guests. On behalf of Gold Air Handling, shareholders, management team, the entire staff, I'd like to thank Air Transport News readers for trusting our company's effort to become not only a regional but also a preferred handling partner in a region which we're operating with. It is indeed quite challenging for us as a purely Greek company to develop and to expand our services through very tough years, financially and politically for our country. Therefore, following our founders' motto, progressive thinking, innovation and hard work, we're proud to receive this prestigious award, which actually reflects the confidence of our customers as well. Last, I'd like to thank the organizer for this lovely evening, the other nominees, the other winners of course, making sure that this will make us work harder in order maybe next year to be in this lovely place or wherever and to share with you a lovely dinner like tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The next category now will be the IT Company of the Year. And the nominees were Excelia, Aviazo, Amadeus, Lufthansa System, and SITA.
And the winner is SITA. And I'd like to invite Dave Backer, the President of Europe, to come to the front. Thank you.
Thank you very much. On behalf of SITA and the management team, this is a great recognition. Every day, we service almost every airline, every airport around the world. It's fantastic to get this recognition that proves to us that we're in the right direction, providing community value to this industry, creating shared infrastructure, shared IT solutions. So on behalf of SITA, the management, our partners, and foremost 5,000 SITA employees, thank you very much.
The next category will be the MRO Company of the Year. The nominees were AFI KLM ENM, Lufthansa Technik, Sabena Technik, TAP Maintenance and Engineering, and Turkish Airline Technik.
And the winner for MRO Company of the Year is Lufthansa Technik. Mr. Olaf Voss, please come forward and accept the award.
Good evening. thanks to the community. In behalf of the Lufthansa Technik and all our employees, we say thank you. We're facing a very challenging environment, a business environment, so we take this award to focus on customer satisfaction, customer benefits, and once again, thank you for voting us as the MRO of the year. Thank you.
Now we move with the airports of the year, and we go with the first category of airport, which is Airport of the Year under 10 million passengers. The nominees were Airport de Bordeaux, Dubai World Center of Al Khartoum International Airport, could it be longer? And Efidia Emaned International Airport, while Juan Paulo II Airport, and London City Airport.
And the winner is London City Airport, and I'd like to invite Mr. Darren Grover, the Chief Operating Officer, to come and accept the award.
Thank you very much indeed. On behalf of London City Airport, we're very proud indeed to receive this prestigious award. This year we'll see London City Airport handle more than 4 million passengers for the first time in our history, and indeed the start of a £200 million investment programme, which will see new stands and new taxiways and new terminals and new piers be delivered to what is a small but perfectly formed little airport in the middle of a river, and that we hope will push us through the 6 billion passenger mark. So we hope that we are standing here for many more years to come, because we never think we'll get beyond the 10 million. But thank you very much to the team.
The next category will be the Airport of the Year between 10 and 30 million passengers. The nominees were Abu Dhabi International Airport, Aéroport International de Genève, Athens International Airport, Lisbon Airport, and Prague Airport.
Sorry, Robert, but the winner this year is Athens International Airport. And I'd like to invite Iona Papadopoulou to come and accept the award.
Thank you very much indeed. On behalf of our CEO, Dr. Yannis Paraskis, and on behalf of Athens International Airport, I would like to say that we are deeply honored for this award. I would like to thank ATN, the jury, of course, for the readers of the ATN as well for their votes. And I would like to say that 2014 has been a very good year for Athens International Airport. We had substantial traffic development. We had double-digit increases in passenger traffic, 21.2%. We ended up with 15.2 million passengers, which was 2.7 million more than 2013. And actually, we also saw foreign residents arrivals reaching the pre-crisis levels, the levels of 2007, up to 3.4 million and 30% increase. A very good year. However, all of you know that we are operating in a very critical macroeconomic and political environment, so I have to say that this is a deep honor to us, a great honor. And I would like to say that this award belongs to the people of Athens International Airport. They are working very hard within this crisis, 24/7, 365 days a year. And I would like to say that this award belongs to them. Thank you.
Now let's go with the Airport of the Year. The nominees: Aéroport de Bordeaux, Athens International Airport, Juan Paulo II Airport, Dubai International Airport, and Singapore Changi Airport.
And the winner is Dubai International Airport. And I'd like to invite Paul Griffiths, the CEO.
If you go back to 2004, I think there were two things that would be very difficult to predict. Firstly, that one day England would be victorious at rugby, And the second thing would be that Dubai International, which was 44th in the world, would actually overtake Heathrow to be the largest international airport in the world by the end of 2014. Now, I say that with great trepidation because, being a Brit, I haven't yet tested whether my passport still works at Heathrow. I hope it does when I go through. But I have to say, this is because of, I think, incredible leadership by my boss and the way the government in the UAE regards aviation to be such a significant contributor to GDP. And it's a great industry. We have 90,000 employees, each of which has had its moment of glory. National Geographic Channel has screened, I think, 30 hours of what it's like to handle 190,000 passengers a day at the airport. 500 million people have seen it, and I hope that's a force of good, not just for Dubai, but for the industry. But I'd just like to say to Dr. Costas, also as an industry, awards are an industry, and I do really congratulate him for creating such a quality event tonight. And also, this award means so much because it is voted for people in the industry, by people in the industry, and that to me gives it huge value. Thank you very much indeed.
Now the next one is the Airline Alliance of the Year. And the nominees were SkyTeam, Star Alliance, and One World.
And the winner is SkyTeam. And Michael Wisburn, the Managing Director, will come to accept the award.
Thank you very much. In the year that we have our 50th anniversary, we are extremely glad to receive such a nice award. It's an appreciation where we recognize our customers, where it's hard work to have a seamless travel around the globe. With a global footprint of SkyTeam, with more than 25 million customers a year traveling between the members, there is still a lot of work to be done. But we will use this award to express our thanks to our customers, choosing us and positioning us as best for 2015. Thanks very much. I'm coming for the photo.
The winner in 2016.
Yeah?
Thank you very much. Now let's go with the next category, which is the Cargo Airline of the Year. And the nominees were Cargolex, Etihad Cargo, FedEx, Lufthansa Cargo, as well as UPS.
And the winner is Etihad Cargo. Mr. David Kerr, would you please come to accept the award?
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks to members of the jury for voting for us this year. We're very proud to accept the award. I'm proud to accept it in person here on behalf of the 250 people worldwide that work for Etihad Cargo and the 450 people back at our hub at Abu Dhabi International Airport working for Etihad Airways Services Cargo, who make it happen every day for us. We're also grateful to our customers who allowed us to grow into a $1.1 billion business. And we're proud for the recognition as part of a very important business in the aviation world, representing 30% of global trade in terms of value. And we appreciate the recognition of ATN for the business and this important award. Thank you.
Now let's go with the Regional Airline of the Year. And it's important to mention that it's the International Regional Airline of the Year. And the nominees were Adria Airways, Aero Mexico Connect, Etihad Regional, KLM City Hopper, and SATA.
And the winner this year is KLM City Hopper.
Ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, I would like to thank the readers of ATN and the jury. And of course, we serve 54 destinations in Europe. From Trondheim to Zagreb, from Bologna to Bilbao to Cardiff. And this prize was 54 communities, regions, cultures, businesses, and passengers alike, who bring a huge smile on their face. And secondly, of course, it will bring a huge smile on the face of our 1,500 colleagues, the highly professional and fully engaged colleagues in the air and on the ground in KLM City Hopper. And also for our partners. We have a lot of partners. City Hopper is partly a virtual airline company chain setup. So of course we have our big suppliers like Embraer, but also Fokker, Rolls-Royce, General Electric, our handling companies, air traffic control, etc. So we will share this with them, but the prize is devoted to our staff and our great people who work today for City Hopper, but also in the past. Last but not least, so we devote the prize to them. Getting a prize like this, a really prestigious, sophisticated, international, global prize, we're very proud of that, has the risk of complacency, arrogance. So as a, let's say, as a manager, I will double the efforts in KLM City Hopper with our team, that next year we could say, yes, this was the right prize for City Hopper in 2015. Thank you so much, and keep flying on KLM and KLM City Hopper.
Now let's go with the low-cost airline of the year. And the nominees were Air Asia, EasyJet, Germanwings, Ryanair, and Vueling.
And the winner is Vueling. I'd like to invite Mr. Fernando Val to come and take the award.
Good evening, everyone. I first want to thank the chairman and the jury for this award. It's a great honor for the Vueling team. Alex Cruz cannot be here tonight, but sends his kind words to all of you. And this is a great honor for the Vueling team. And the Vueling team has been able to make possible this award and this dream. We celebrated in 2014 our 10 years, and this is like the icing on the cake. And we have been able to do things that it wasn't really for low-cost carriers. We have been able to do connecting flights. 20% of our flights in passengers in Barcelona, they do connecting flights. We have been able to have fidelity programs. We have been able to do allocated seats. We were the first low-cost airline to do allocated seats. And we have been able to create a network to outside Spain. In 2015, we will be flying 100 airplanes, 145 destinations, and it will be the second year of our second hub in Italy, where we will be serving and giving the opportunities to Italian passengers to fly to 65 destinations through 8 major airports. So I really want to thank you, because you are not awarding a brand, you are awarding people, enthusiastic people, and people with passion. Thank you.
And our other category, which is the Airline of the Year. So the nominees were Aegean Airline, British Airways, Etihad Airways, Emirates, and Turkish Airline.
And the winner of our final award this evening in this category is Turkish Airlines. Now, you will have noticed, or Sure. I mentioned earlier that it was a real challenge to identify the winners out of such a strong competition. You'll have also noticed that it's been a challenge for me this evening on pronunciation. And I thought this last award was really easy because it was supposed to be to my very good friend, the CEO of Turkish Airlines, Temel Kotil. Temel Kotil. That's really easy, huh? Wait. I'm pleased to announce that Aisha Misirli Mirza is here to accept the award on behalf of Turkish Airlines.
On behalf of Turkish Airlines, I'm honored to receive this award tonight. As you know, we are the rising star in the aviation sector, and this award is going to make us glitter more. And we would like to appreciate Air Transport News once again, and thank you for this. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Jeff. So now we're going to go with the following category, which are special awards that we give. The first one is an award that is new this year, and we thought it would be a great importance to do it. Amongst all of the readers, and as you know, the way that our awards is working is the first step of the award is our readers that select among all of these companies which companies they believe would be the best in each of these categories. So what we have decided to do this year, and we will keep doing, is we decided as well to give a prize to the company who had the highest number of votes. And in order to give this prize, I would like to welcome my colleague, the Air Transport News editor, Dr. Pavlos Avantiti.
As Philippe said, we're really happy that finally we are awarding an award to the company that has been the most favorite amongst the voters. So I'm really happy to announce that the winner of this award has been Axelia this year. And Axelia have been really busy mixing Western civilization and businesses with some parts of Asia. And I'm sure that John Johnston, who will receive the award, might tell us a bit more about that.
Well, I'd like to thank very much the readers of Air Transport News. I'd also like to thank the customers of Excelia, many of whom are in this room today. And as a company, you're defined by your peers and by your competitors. So from that point of view, at Excelia, it's a great honor to win this award. I think I'm quite unique in this room in that I only started as Group CEO of Excelia on Monday. So I'm very glad to have been invited to tell you a lot more about Excelia Group and what we do and the complexities of our business. So I will forego that invitation. But I am very grateful for this award on behalf of all the employees of Excelia, but also grateful because I know I've made the right choice to become the new CEO of Excelia. So thank you very much to everyone.
The next category now is the George Yadru Lifetime Achievement Award. And to present this prize, I would like to welcome again my very good friend, Jeff Poole.
Thank you. This is a very special award for Costas and his family. It's the Giorgio Iotro Award. So I would like to invite Costas' mother, Katerina, to join me on stage for this award. I'm delighted to announce that the winner of the Lifetime Achievement Award is my good friend David McMillan. You are about to witness a unique occasion this evening where an Englishman is talking nicely and willingly about a Scotsman. David and I have known each other for a very long time, and we share a passion for many things, but aviation is one of them. David has obviously some real Scots blood in him, though, because in the same way that the Scots in the Braveheart era were very keen to make their influence felt in every part of the land, so David has done that for aviation, and he really is a unique character, I believe, in having touched many of the parts of the aviation business that we now take for granted. More importantly than that, I think, is the style in which he has done that. Far from being the Braveheart, he could almost be accused of being an English gentleman, because he really has been a supreme diplomat, negotiator, and friend to many people in the aviation industry. And I've sat with David in many difficult meetings, and you get to the coffee break and you think, how's this going? And David will come up to you and say, I think you should have a quiet word with this person, or you might want to think about this. And I learned very quickly that was always very wise advice. And I think the great thing about David is, in all of the difficult negotiations that have taken place in Eurocontrol, internationally and so on, he's always been focused on doing the right thing. And I think that's a tremendous achievement. I talked earlier about his span in the aviation industry, and it really is quite significant. David started out in the UK government, and during his time in the embassy in Washington was involved in the US-UK bilateral negotiations. He subsequently became Director General of Civil Aviation in the UK. Has done lots of things there, including the privatisation of NATS, was the chairman of the Eurocontrol Provisional Council, certainly a challenge for many of us. And he and I both had the privilege of actually sitting on the European Commission high-level group back in 2007 maybe, which really set up the Single European Sky second package. And I remember as this was being set up, one of the contentious issues was, what was this group going to be called? And it was finally settled on a high-level group, which was a great relief to David and I, because at one stage they were going to call it a wise man group, and both of us thought we would have to resign. There we are. But David also, true to his nature, actually followed through with that and willingly stepped up to be the Eurocontrol Director General at a quite difficult time of transition for the organisation. And I think was largely responsible for creating the network manager that we see in Europe today, and also signing the agreement with the European Commission that led to CESAR and the setting up of the CESAR joint undertaking, which we kind of all take for granted as part of our infrastructure today. So a lot of achievements there. Subsequent to that, David became chairman of the Flight Safety Foundation and was responsible for really reorganising and reinvigorating that organisation into, I think, the body that we see today that plays such an important role in our #1 priority of safety. Now, David subsequently is now a non-executive director of Gatwick Airport. So he's completely unbiased as to where the third runway in the UK should be. But he's also active in the European Commission work on airport capacity. So he's still very active. Now, you know, I was very proud when David asked me to do this introduction for him, and far from accepting the invitation, I insisted on doing it. But one of the comments he made to me was, if I'm getting a lifetime achievement, does this mean it's the end of my lifetime achievements? And I think you will know from what I've just explained about David that his lifetime in aviation is far from over. So our winner for the Lifetime Achievement Award, David McMillan.
don't quite know how to follow that very, very gracious introduction by Jeff. As you know, when you have a lifetime achievement award, it is perhaps time to look back on a long career. Sometimes people talk about long and distinguished career. I'll let you be the judge of that. I think Jeff has given you a very full account of all my engagement with aviation. There's just one thing, perhaps, which I would add, which was I was trying to think, what was my first real engagement with this industry other than as a passenger? And I think it goes back to 1980, when I was a very young, inexperienced diplomat in the British High Commission in Harare, actually still Salisbury, just after independence of that country. And I took part in an air services negotiation between the United Kingdom and the Zimbabwe government, when there was a lot of push from the Zimbabwean side to have their carrier serve London through Heathrow Airport. And the negotiators were very keen to make clear to them that that really wasn't available to them, but there was a better airport called Gatwick Airport, which was available to them. And looking back on that, I'm very pleased to see that they had prescience even then as to which the better airport was in London for development. Having said that, it has been a fascinating career that I've had in and out of aviation over the time. I'd like to thank Kostas and the Air Transport News people for thinking of me for this event. I'm delighted to be with you. I'd like to thank Jeff for the friendship which we have put together over the years, sometimes on other sides of the negotiating table, sometimes on the same side of the negotiating table. It's been fun. Thank you very much. I'm truly honoured.
The next award is the Woman of the Year. And to present this prize, I would like to invite the Executive Secretary of ECAC, Salvador Chatino. Is that good?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. I would like to thank you very much, the Transport News, for giving me the opportunity to announce the winner of this important award of the Women of the 2015, Women of the Year. I will announce the winner before, and after that I would like to read some lines of outstanding CV. The winner of 2015 is Captain Aisha Al-Ameli. And I would like to say that Captain Al-Ameli is the first female pilot in the United Arab Emirates. First United Arab Emirates representative to ICAO Council, and the youngest permanent representative council in ICAO in the history of this organization, 70 years, joining ICAO in 2009. Recently, she was a runner-up during the election of 2015 Secretary General post. Actually, she didn't win, but she was very, very close. Captain Al-Ameli has achieved great success on international level. She led more than 8 international navigation service negotiations to expand the United Arab Emirates market access. In her role as head of the United Arab Emirates diplomatic mission to ICAO, has served as primary spokesman for the country and promoted the collaborative cooperation towards a collective vision of ICAO in the areas of safety, security, environment, and performance management. Since her appointment in ICAO, she was an advocate of performance management and global aviation capacity building. One of her initiatives was the design, execution, and funding of a project on regionalization of search and rescue for SADC states in 2009. Captain Al-Ameli was the catalyst in starting long-term cooperation between the United Arab Emirates and the developing countries from different regions of the world. And has been instrumental in signing MOUs with ACAC, AFCAC, and LAC. As the first female pilot in the United Arab Emirates, Captain Al-Ameli's work has inspired many women from the region to pursue careers in aviation. She is an active speaker in national and international venues advocating the role of women in aviation. Recognizing her contribution to the development of gender equality and civil aviation, Captain Al-Ameli has received numerous awards both from the United Arab Emirates and internationally. And this year we'll add another one from Air Transport News. So, Capitana Lameli, please.
I am honored to be here, to be awarded this, and I'm surprised that Salvador is the one who actually introduced me. It's very special, I'm going to tell you. First, thank you so much for being here. Costas, he's a great friend. Thank you for nominating me for this award. It's a great honor, especially to be nominated between very few women in this aviation industry who really made actually difference in aviation. This year was very important. ICAO had 4 women candidates, actually 4 candidates running for the post of the Secretary General, which is, some of you may know, some of you may not know, but the most important post in ICAO. 2 of those nominees were women, and actually the results were the winner was a woman and the runner-up was a woman. So that shows you the role of women in aviation. The runner-up, as Salvadori says, is standing before you today. I was honored this year by the nomination of the UAE. It is very important to me because it is a very important post, and it is a decision-making post. But what is important is the journey that I went through during the elections campaign. And I visited many regions, many member states, and actually Salvadori was one of the people who interviewed me through this journey with 33 director generals from Europe. I learned so much stuff, so many lessons through this journey, but the greatest and biggest lessons of all was that the aviation is a very, very small community. We actually grieve together when accidents happen or when we have major accidents around the world. And we celebrate together because, every day there is innovation and every day, we talk about something. And the funny part is we know what we're talking about and it is a shared interest. So we have one major interest and it is saving and developing this aviation industry. So I am honored to be here and I would like to thank you. Thank you, Costas. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Salvador.
So it's time now for the last award of the evening, which is the Leader of the Year. And I would like to invite my very good friend and colleague, Dr. Costas Yadrou.
Well, as always, and from the start from 2012, the tradition to present the Air Transport News last award that is the Leader of the Year. Always make a selection by my colleagues with different personalities in the air transport industry that contributed in the last year and in the years before to this small world, as Aisha said, it's a small community. And always we try to have people coming from all parts of the industry, airports, airlines, and organizations. It's my great pleasure and honor to tell you that this year's winner is Robert Dayan, the CEO of Geneva Airport. Robert has over 30 years of experience in the hotel and travel industry and held several executive functions with Swissair Group, Gate Gourmet, and is a current CEO, as I already said, of Geneva Airport. Thanks to his dynamism, Geneva Airport has received several awards. One very important in IATA Eagle Award back in 2009 for the most improved airport. The European Workplace Mobility Plan Award 4 times, 2010, 11, 12, and 13. The most efficient airport award of the ETRS, the Air Transport Research Society, in the category of airport handling under 15 million passengers a year, and the Dallas Airport of the Year Award 2013 in Air Transpreneurs in Montreal, in the category of 10 to 30 million. He is leading the implementation of the Geneva Airport throughout a long list of infrastructure improvements, so the airport continues to be a fundamental asset of the region. I think many of you travel quite often in Geneva. You have seen the improvement of the airport over the last years. He is also acting currently as the president of the Swiss International Airport Association. He holds eventually the following position: about the chairman of the Swiss International Airport, member of the board of aero Swiss Aviation Trade Association, treasurer and member of the executive board of ACI Europe, Central Sub-Region, member of the board of the Alpha ACI, member of the board of ACI Fund Development Nation Airports, and of course, as I already said in the start, is the vice president of Hermes Air Transport Club. Please give a big applause to Robert de Jong.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, first of all, it's a great pleasure for me to see you all in Geneva, because that's my town. I'm very proud that Costa has chosen Geneva to host this evening. And again, Costa, thank you very much for these great honors. I'm not sure I deserve it, but someone has chosen, so that's good for me. I must say that I'm in the aviation a little bit by coincidence, because normally I should be in the hospitality business. That was my training, that's where I wanted to do a career, but one day I decided to change, or had the opportunity to go to Swiss Air and say, okay, let's try the aviation. I must say aviation is really a great industry. It's about connecting people. We are all friends. We are competitors, but we are all friends. And every time I'm in the airport, it's amazing to see so many passengers. Some are, a little bit stressed. Some are happy to see friends, or happy to go on vacation and travel. And I think this is the essence of our industry. It's a lot about technology. It's a lot about, running a company, but I think we should be all proud of what we do. Having people traveling around the world and meeting friends, meeting families and all this. This is probably the greatest things we are doing. Running an aviation related or an airport, it's pretty easy because people are really passionate about aviation, and this helps. I tell you, it's easier to run probably an aviation industry than, I don't know, someone producing clothes or something like that. I don't think you have the same passion. So, it was a great opportunity for me to join this industry. I'm proud to have done it for many years, and I hope to continue a few years, not too long, because I still need to rest a little bit and to enjoy life in the other industry. But thank you very much, Costa. It's a great honor for me, and you also deserve an applause because all you do for the airline industry, you should get the award of Leaders of the Years. But I think maybe one day we have to decide to give an award to Costa on those ceremonies. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy your stay in Geneva, and hope to see you soon in other occasions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So now we're going to proceed with dinner. Yes, we're going to eat. And right after that, we're going to do family photos as well. So stay close. Those who want, we will ask you to stand up, and we'll gather you, and we do all the pictures. And I hope you will enjoy the rest of the dinner. And I hope to see you all next year for the next event. Thank you.